Hello again and welcome to the 9th part of this 12th MOOC dedicated to the production of sustainable biofuels, namely biojet and biodiesel. In the 8th part, we talked about the chemical reactions involved, HVO and decarboxylation. Let's now have a look at the remaining chemical reactions. It is important to note that in this reactor, of course, the feedstocks are deoxygenated. But the nitrogen is also removed, because it is a poison of the catalyst in the downstream section. In this reactor, nitrogen is removed to a value of about 1 ppm. It should be noted that all these chemical reactions are exothermic. That is to say that the temperature will increase significantly in the reactor as the reactions take place. Finally, there are two other chemical reactions that we can have in this reactor. It is called the CO methanation and the water-gas shift equilibrium reaction. These reactions can affect the overall chemical consumption of hydrogen in the reactor. The global exothermicity of the reaction can be estimated at about 15 kilocalories per mole of hydrogen consumed. In our case, we consumed about 3,000 kilograms per hour of hydrogen, or about 3,000 divided by 2, which is the molecular weight of hydrogen, or a quantity of energy produced of about 23 gigacalories per hour. Remember, we considered the injection of 200 tons per hour of liquid inert at the process inlet. If we had not had this injection, we would have a temperature rise of 200 degrees C or 450 degrees C at the reactor outlet, which is far too important to ensure the stability of the catalyst. The catalyst used is a conventional hydrotreating catalyst, I mean alumina on which nickel and cobalt sulfides are deposited. Note that this catalyst therefore operates in sulfided phase, so we must constantly have sulfur arriving in the reactor to avoid deactivating this catalyst. Often, the feedstock being treated do not have enough sulfur. To ensure a sufficient H2S content on the catalyst, an injection of a sulfurizing agent, which can be DMDS type, which decomposes at 200 degrees C into H2S and methane, is considered. The amount of DMDS injected depends on the nature of the catalyst used. Once the chemical reactions have taken place, and taking into account the injection of 200 tons per hour of inert, we can have an outlet temperature of about 330 degrees C. The pressure is about 40 bars. So, let's now detail the nature of the molecules leaving the reactor. But we will do that in the next part. See you very soon for the next part. Bye-bye!